Yo guys, what's going on? It is Ryuga here with another video for you. This time we're going to be redoing our Legion guide because over the past few months, Legion has gone through a lot of changes, so I figured, hey, we might as well just, completely redo this guide. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ryuga and I consider myself a Legion main, and I would say that I am probably one of the better Legion players, if not the best Legion player there is. And yeah, without further ado, if you're here to, learn how to play Legion or get some tips on how to play them better, just stick around and I'll try to teach you a thing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is the Legion's power. So to sum it up, pretty much Legion has his M1 killer form where he just goes around 115 movement speed, any other killer. His second power is called Feral Frenzy, where he pretty much gets to runs around and stab people and chain hits. So let's talk about that in a little more detail. So what Feral Frenzy actually is Legion will break into a sprint. His sprint speed is 130% movement speed, which is 5.2 meters per second. So while he's in this form, when you hit a survivor, they go into the deep wound state. The deep wound state, or status effect, makes it to where they have to mend off a bleed timer. This bleed timer does not go down while they are running or while they are mending. And when the Legion stabs somebody and puts them in this deep wound state, the Legion enters a state called Killer Instinct. So what Killer Instinct is it reveals this kind of honeycomb aura effect around every survivor that is within his tear radius. And this flashes on and off. But what this tells you is exactly where all the survivors who do not have deep wound applied to them are located. So the goal of the Legion is to hit somebody, enter Killer Instinct mode, and go around and stab people who do not have the deep wound. After Feral Frenzy is over, or you miss an attack while in Feral Frenzy, or your bar depletes, blah blah blah, you go into an exhaustion, cooldown state that takes 7 years, and then you chase them like normal and try to down them. And that pretty much sums up all of what his power is intended to do. You are to find a survivor, hit them, chain it to all other survivors until you cannot chain it anymore, and then continue chase with the last survivor that you have hit. The most optimal way to play this and the way to capitalize on his power are to use perks that benefit from survivors being injured all the time. So I pretty much came up with a list of perks that are good for Legion in terms of ending chases fast, as well as capitalizing on the fact that everybody is going to be injured all the time. So for perks, I think that these perks in particular are the best perks for him. So we have Enduring, which reduces the time that you are stunned by pallets, so this allows you to get around pallets a lot faster. And because everybody is injured, this is a key, a very good perk in terms of trying to end a chase fast, because you don't have to worry about respecting pallets as much. You can also pair this with Spirit Fury, which means that even though a survivor can hit you with a pallet, it's going to explode on you after you kick 2 already, meaning that you're going to be able to end chases very, very, very fast. Brutal Strength is also a very good one. This allows you to destroy pallets 20% faster. Ruin, for those of you who don't know what Ruin is it slows down the game. It causes great skill checks to do absolutely nothing to the gen, while regular skill checks regress the gen. Pop Goes the Weasel. This helps you capitalize on the fact that all survivors are injured and easy to down. So when you down these survivors, they will, go on the hook, and you can go pop the most progressed gen, making them have to pretty much start over on it. And then you can also use Barbecue and Chili. This allows you, when you hook a survivor, to go find a survivor that is already injured. So you can begin chase again and pretty much annihilate them, especially if it's paired with Enduring Spirit Fury, because then you can just find them, they find a pallet, and then it breaks on you, and then they're down already. And then maybe if you're running pop, you can go pop their gen again. Like it's pretty much a cycle that once you start injuring people and downing them, it just turns into a huge chaotic mess for the survivors. Blood Echo is also very good. It causes the hemorrhage status effect as well as exhaust them for 45 seconds. When you hook a survivor, all other survivors, get those status effects who are injured. So everybody should be injured because, you're Legion. Monitored Abuse is also a very good perk because it reduces your tear radius by 12 meters outside of a chase. This means that you can easily sneak up on these already injured survivors, possibly finding them in a dead zone and getting a free hit. And then the last perk I'm going to mention is Thanatophobia. So for every injured survivor, or dying state, or on the hook, or whatever, there's a 4% penalty to doing gens, healing, sabotaging, all that stuff. So Legion can capitalize on this very well because he is able to injure everybody incredibly well. So for the perks, a lot of the perks that I like to use is like Mural Sketch and Stolen Sketchbook. Those are one of the better ones because they increase his Feral Frenzy duration. This results in you being able to go around and hit a lot more people because it lasts longer. You can also use the Legion Pin, so when you chain Frenzy hits, it causes people to become broken. Cold Dirt and Joey's Mixtape reduce his fatigue time, so this can be good if you really don't like his fatigue time. It can also catch survivors off guard who try to greed loops. And then you can also use Iridescent Button, which causes you to break pallets when you vault them, as well as have a map-wide tear radius. So that's pretty much all the perks that I think are good on him, as well as the add-ons. So I'm going to show you two builds that I think are relatively good on Legion, and we're going to try both of them in a match, and I'm going to try to give you as much advice about Legion while in the match as humanly possible. So yeah, without further ado, let me set up these and let's just jump into it. So we're going to start out with the first build, which is going to be my build. And this pretty much has won me so many games in a row that I can't even count. This is probably one of the best Legion builds in my personal opinion. It does have a lot of slowdown, and you know, people can complain about that all you want. But in order to play a killer optimally, if you use perks that capitalize on the killer's power, then you're playing the killer correctly, no matter who complains. So whatever. Anyways, let's just jump into it. I like to use Ruin, so good skill checks regress the gen, great skill checks do nothing. Pop goes the Weasel. A gen is instantly regressed by 25%. You kick a generator within 60 seconds of hooking somebody else. Blood Echo causes people to become hemorrhaged and exhausted if they are injured when you hook somebody else. Thanatophobia causes a 4% penalty to repair, healing, and sabotage speeds for every injured, dying, or hooked survivor. And then for add-ons, I would be using a Stolen Sketchbook, but I don't have one, so we're just going to be using Mural Sketch, which moderately increases Feral Frenzy duration, and the Legion Pin, so when I hit somebody while I'm in Killer Instinct, they become broken. And then we're going to be using a Blood Point Offering. So this is the first build, and it capitalizes on people being injured while slowing the game down a lot. Legion Pin forces them to be unable to heal, and then we use Blood Echo and Thanatophobia to severely cripple the team. And then Pop goes the Weasel to reward ourselves for when we actually are able to catch them and hook them. So let's go ahead and jump into the second build. So this is another build that I have come up with. This pretty much involves putting a lot of pressure on survivors that are injured by sneaking up on them and being able to engage in chases very quickly and being relatively terrifying in a chase. So the add-ons are Enduring, which reduces the duration of pallet stuns by 50%. We have Spirit Fury, so when I break 2 pallets, the next pallet that's broken on me is broken instantly. Monitor and Abuse, it reduces my tear radius by 8 meters outside of a chase, but inside of a chase is increased by 8 meters, and my field of view is increased by 10 degrees. And then Pop goes the Weasel, which we explained last time. And then we're going to be using Cold Dirt and Joey's Mixtape. Both reduce the cooldown duration of Feral Frenzy. And then we have another Blood Point Offering. So something I should mention about Enduring is that a lot of survivors try to stun you with a pallet. So if you do hit a survivor with your Feral Frenzy and there's nobody in your Killer Instinct radius, and you plan on chasing this person, run after them. If they run to a pallet, run up to the pallet and end Feral Frenzy. A lot of you don't know this, but if you end Feral Frenzy as soon as you get hit by a pallet, you don't lose any of your power gauge, and you also only suffer the stun duration instead of suffering the cooldown duration. And I'll show you this in a clip. So you pretty much get to avoid all of, the fatigue when you do this. Alright, so for this part, I'm just going to show you what Enduring does, like, with the fatigue when you get hit with the pallet. So pretty much if you're using Enduring, or even if you're not, this is still a better way to use it. When you approach a pallet, don't end your frenzy as soon as you hit them, right? You see how I hit them right here? I didn't immediately catch up and end my frenzy. I knew there's a pallet in the jungle gym, so I tried to get to it. And then I end my frenzy, get hit with the pallet, and then bang. Completely ignored the fatigue time, 100%. So that's something that you can do. You don't even need Enduring to do. It is less time to get hit by a pallet and stunned than it is to end your fatigue. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way and went over both of our builds, we're going to try and jump into some matches. That way we can show you how to play our boy Legion. I will see you guys there. And we got Treatment Theater. I would say that this is a relatively good map for Legion because people can't see you coming. It was kind of a guessing game. But let's go ahead and do this. So obviously the first thing you want to do is find a survivor. Somebody's over here. Object of Obsession. Or you can run me around in circles if you very so choose. So nobody's in my tear radius, so the first thing I want to do is just follow her. Because I cannot chain any hits. And she is being a complete papega. So we go ahead and down her. Break this pallet. The thing with Legion is that if nobody is in your tear radius, then you can't chain your power. So once you know that nobody's in your tear radius, you pretty much just end your frenzy and call it a day. Now we try to find the gen that they were working on. So they missed a skill check over here. So we're going to see if they're on a gen. And then we can go pop it. Looks like this gen right here. They're running, but we're going to take this time to go ahead and pop this gen. And then we're going to chase them. Because now that she's gone, there's a good chance that she is not going to come back. He's running to the right, so we're going to try and cut her off. Now we're going to go frenzy after her. See if she throws it. She did not. And then we just hit her. Now we go chase somebody because they are in our radius. And we lost her because, yeah. It's very disorientating when you're in his power. Yeah. Nice try. She was not paying attention. She was going to try and go to the window. So we punish her for it. One thing about being a good killer is knowing the map design. So if I hit somebody and they go that way, they're probably going to try and come back for this window. Now we don't have barbecue, so we don't know where they are. So we pretty much just have to wander around aimlessly. If they're working on any gens. And you pretty much just rinse, repeat. There's our object. But that's fine. He ran away from this gen, which means he probably was working on it. Nope. No progress. Somebody is on this one, so we're going to pop it again. And then go back after her. Yeah, is this the plan? Don't make that vault again. Nice. We got a very safe pallet out of the way, which is good for us. Never be too afraid to get stunned by it. She's trying to be so immersed right now. She's just like walking. Okay. We're gonna go after her again. Now we have a bunch of blips over here, so we're gonna try and get after them. We should be able to chain a bunch of hits here. She's standing here, so we're gonna go after her. Never let somebody disrespect you as Legion like that. If they want to do that, then just down them and put them on a hook. If they think they can just sit there and mend in your face, that is not something you allow people to do. Because more than likely, they'll go down in another second. Oh, they were over here. So, I'm going to assume they are very close by. Hello, I haven't seen you all game. Let's go ahead and hit you and see if we can chain it. Did it come? We'll try and cut her off if we can. Let's go ahead and go for her now. There is a window right here, so we're going to cut her from it. Right now we have all the momentum that we possibly can get, as well as we're about to have Blood Echo hit everybody. Now everybody is exhausted and hemorrhaged. Now we're going to go after this guy. He did get some progress on this gen, But we're just gonna kick it because fuck this guy. Eek. He's getting saved. We're gonna go back to the hook. We're gonna try and hit the guy. That way we don't have to tunnel him. And then we're gonna start chaining again. Make sure you wait for dead hard. Oh my god, I'm being hit by everything. And then we'll go after the lery. And I believe this lery is actually dead, so. Bottle of blood. Window here. Pallet here. Yeah? Is that your plan? Once again, punished for trying to mend in my face. People try to do it all the time. It's fucking hilarious to me. Yeah? Is that the plan? They have no gens done and they're trying to play like Papagas. They think they can just do that, apparently. Oh well. I've seen your blood. Alright, so we're gonna go hook them right next to that gen because they are probably going to start working on it again. Or at least have tapped it. They're mending or healing right there. Gen doesn't have enough progress for me to care about. But like I said, Pop is so rewarding. You're getting rewarded for your downs here. I'm trying to follow these scratch marks, but they're split off into like 100 different directions. See if we can get her to throw this, and then we're going to use our power. Nice. Nobody's in our terror radius, so we're just going to go after them. She did have Dead Hard this whole time, but Blood Echo was preventing her from doing so. We downed her, so we're going to make sure nobody's running in for the unhook, which they are. We're going to try and chain some hits here. We can try to injure the other guy. Yeah, here they come. They're going to try and run back to the guy who's downed. We're going to be able to chain a bunch of hits, I think. Get him up. Sure. He's still dead. And we're going to get Blood Echo on everybody again. This is nice. There's Ash. Now we somehow found lery. Lery's dead on hook. Are you guys sure you want to do this? Pretty sure Bloodette wants to run back in. Yeah, don't do that. I'm being kind of nice to the lery because she did get fucked at the beginning of the game. So. Put you here. They were over here, but I can't find them, so I'm just gonna go after her. Sure. Nope. That's pretty much GG. Nothing they can do. I don't know if this guy's dead on hook, but I think the lery is definitely dead on hook. Somebody's on this gen. Are you kidding me? I possibly will let the lery escape just to get her adept because I'm nice. Yeah, she's right there. I'm gonna let her escape, I think. But she did get kind of fucked. And, you know, I'm still a nice killer. believe it or not. I don't know where she went though. I hear her. I heard her for a split second. Her basement? I heard her whimper, so she was somewhere over here in this area. Benchmarks. I'll go and kick this, might as well. Yeah? Wanna show me where Ash is? Must have been over here. Oh, found it. Yeah, Ash? Is that the plan the whole time? Hooks? Ah, fuck me. Might drop him, actually. Fucking Jesus Christ. Of course. No hooks within 700 years of me. And yes, I used years as a distance. Yeah? Almost like I knew he was gonna do that. Nice. Damn, Legion sure does suck. It's almost like I killed everybody with barely one gen being done. Alright, let's go let the lery get the hatch or something. If I find the hatch, I'm gonna kick it to try to give her adrenaline. And then after that, it's fine. Oh, she's not gonna have adrenaline because she's Adept Hunter, so never mind. Hello. Find the hatch together. She's not wiggling. What a good girl. Oh. You lasted this long. Let's give her what she deserves. Tell me, lery, where is it? Make me do all this work just for the hatch. Throwing away my probably perfect game. What the fuck? Where the hell is it, lery? What the fuck? I might just drop her and let her run and look for it. Where? Have I done a full mile yet? Didn't I find her right here? So it has to be inwards. Where the fuck? Aha! Pick this shit. Yay! Ruthless killer. Like it took me 10 years to find that thing. Ryu. Very kind Legion. You're a bit of a cutie pie, aren't you? No, you. Join on YouTube. Say hi. Good luck and have fun in matches. Alright, dudes. Well, that was fun. So hopefully, sometimes it's hard to talk when I'm playing Legion, right? Because you're playing at such a fast pace, running around the map, hitting everybody. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight on kind of how to play him. You chain your hits, don't let people disrespect you, and capitalize as much as humanly possible on Pop. I think Pop Goes the Weasel is almost one of the best perks on Legion, because everybody is injured and you can down them incredibly fast. And you know, Blood Echo gets rid of exhaustion. So there you have it. Legion sucks, by the way. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our other build, which is Monitor, Enduring, Spirit Fury, and Pop with Cold Dirt and Joey's Mixtape. So I'll see you guys in the match, and hopefully we get just the same results. Let's learn how to play some Legion. Ronin Storehouse. This is going to be interesting. I always thought this was a survivor-sided map, in my personal opinion, because of the placement of the gens. If they can do the first few gens in the correct way, they pretty much are guaranteed to win. So, it's going to guess that they spawned over here. Hey, how's it going? Are we gen tapping over here? Actually, it's the plan. There's another guy right there as well. Nice one. That guy's mending literally right next to me, but that's fine. Why are they all trying that? I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. I don't want him to go to that pallet, actually. They did it anyways. I'm gonna go and break this. Yeah, David? Now Dwight has to go mend, so we're gonna go after David. And of course he gets rewarded. Not happening. I figured he had Dead Hard, but I had to swing anyways. Because either he got the pallet without Dead Harding, or he had to use Dead Hard. Nobody was on this. One gen done. Gotta go kick this. Actually, never mind, that doesn't have a lot of progress. Somebody's right there. I think I saw his full box or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Is he gonna farm? Yeah. That's fine. Trade for no reason is okay with me. Dead hard? He probably has DS, so we're gonna slug him. Actually, if we pick him up, we can just tunnel him. After that, that's fine. Because we almost have our Spear Fury anyways. Gonna go after him now. Oh, he actually just went this way. They're trying to work together, which is cute and all, but, you know. Nice. I have Sphere Fury, so the next guy who tries to loot me is not going to be able to. That gen's almost done. That gen over there is also almost done. Sure, I guess I'm just gonna tunnel this guy. That's why I like Pop so much. Oh, you're dead. Shouldn't have DS'd me so early on in the game. Used it for no reason. I mean, if you're gonna use DS in a way that's not intended, I'm gonna tunnel the shit out of you. That's so funny. Those guys are literally just pushing the gens as hard as they can. This is a 4-man Swift though, so it's understandable. I don't even know if I can... Well, that guy DC'd. Somebody was in here, though. Blood. Oh, right here. Maybe I can find the old guy that's hiding. Or other guy I meant. Never mind. Let's use that, I guess. But the fact that everybody was injured means we were pretty much able to capitalize them really hard. Sucks for them, though. That guy killed himself. Man, a Swift that uses their DS to try to DS the killer and then gets mad when they actually get tunneled. Imagine. Go and smack this guy in his butt cheeks. Yeah? Nope. Not working. I'll just call that a GG. But if this wasn't such a coordinated Swift, we probably wouldn't have gotten Gen Rush so hard. But this was only to show pretty much that you can capitalize very hard on people being injured. That's why I like my other build more, though, because it has Ruin. I think they had 2 like dedicated Gen Rushers and then 2 guys that were just fucking off. Other than that, hopefully you guys learned a decent bit on how to play our boy Legion. That game wasn't too good of an example because it was a Legion against a very coordinated Swift. I don't think can win without Ruin. I think it needs to go with my other build. However, this one can be fun because you can sneak up on people and then use Spear, Fury, and Enduring to pretty much smash through all of the pallets and all that stuff. Other than that, hopefully you guys learned a lot. I'm going to end it there because, yeah, I say we did pretty good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you live. And I will see you guys in the fall. Peace. Appreciate you guys watching.